do you decide on the country before you go and visit it, and then decide on the context on the film?
Our motivation to go into a country would be the language. If we like the language, we'll go there. And secondly, if we like the food, we'll go there.
That's the unofficial reason, but the food is very important indeed. Yeah.
So then we try to find some farms, so we can go there. And most of the time, the countries we are interested in are also having some means for making author cinema.
Yeah.
So we are finding residences, founds, and we go back. And our work is based on spending time with people. They are not actors, they are non-professionals, we are not from the country, so we have to stay there, spend some time with people, and not talk about films, but doing like ordinary daily things. And just listen to them, listen to their stories, and find out what we can do with those stories and how we can transform this into a movie. So I think all those things are going together for us, so we can go to a country and make films there. But the food is important.
Your latest film that you're currently working on is set in Turkey. And so you're originally from Turkey, so is this one of the reasons you wanted to go back there? Has it been a long time since you made a film in Turkey?
Well, I think making a movie in my own country was very difficult for me, because I thought I didn't have enough distance to the country to make a film there. And I'm living in France now for the past 13 years, and I was thinking, oh, there are Turkish very, very good movie makers, directors who are living in Turkey, so they can deal better with all those situations there. But after those 2 feature films, now I think it's the time for us to go back and try to... maybe I don't still have enough distance to it, but Guillaume has.
No way. Yeah, you have more distance than some time ago.
The food is good.
The food is good. And the language is also very nice. So yeah, we decided to work for the next project over there. And so far it's going okay, but I hope it won't take 7 years again.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about what happens in the latest film, or are you keeping that
We're
later?
actually having kind of several directions where we can go, so we're really at the writing stage right now.
But the feminine character will be nice.
Yeah, it will be about some women, that's for sure.
Some women.
Yeah, maybe
many.
several. We have several projects. One of them is kind of a love story between a lady that can only communicate by whistling. There is a small kind of village in the Black Sea coast, in the mountains, in a remote area, where people used to communicate with each other within a big, deep valley while whistling to each other. And they created...
And it's a real alphabet. You can say anything, names, and you can make whole sentences with that.
You can say anything with a whistling codes. It's very rich actually. It's like 4th century old language. And that lady is kind of somehow is mute. She can just communicate while whistling. And one day there is a foreigner from another region, from Turkey, that comes to meet her, and somehow he falls in love with her. But to communicate, he has to learn this language. So once again, it's a movie about
we are very keen on love stories
and language and things like that. But we are still at the writing stage. But we already have the characters.
What your thoughts are on the future of independent cinema? If you think there are many challenges still out there, or if a platform like FilmDoo, what we're aiming to do, can make much of a difference, or how you think we can gain distribution for independent film.
Basically the main challenge about independent cinema is that it has to be seen.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, unfortunately, and that's the main thing, because it was much more seen, as far as I understood, 10 years ago when we started, or even 20 years ago in the 90s. And the more it goes, the more films are being done, but the less they are accessible to an audience. So the key thing is try somehow to reach the audience that is actually kind of, in my opinion, walking backwards, not towards independent cinema, but to the other type of cinema. And they are going less to see movie. There are less people going to watch independent films in theaters. So somehow we have to find ways to make them see them anyway, because it's all about life and thinking and art and things like that. So of course these kind of platforms are nowadays precious, because if we don't have them, we may really lose independent cinema, I think, in 10 or 20 years. So we have to use all which is available so that independent films can reach their audience. That's the tricky part, I think. I mean, it's getting more and more difficult, and we know it's a fight, so we are at least fighting at our scale.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure talking to you both.
Yeah,
and
same for us.
Noor is going to be available on our platform very, very shortly for people to watch. And
Yeah, please watch it.
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You cannot write a script like that. It can be only just happening in real life. So when you hear that story, you don't have any other option as filmmaker to make a film about this guy, and we did it.